So you're curious, what makes a candle toxic? I'm super glad you asked. There are a couple things that you want to be aware of that we're going to talk about right here, right now. So, label awareness when it comes to your candles, things that you want to avoid so you do not get a toxic candle. If the label says soy wax blend or any sort of blend, it probably means it's hiding a wax called paraffin. Paraffin is like running a vehicle inside of your home. It's a petroleum-based wax. It's very cheap. A lot of times including paraffin in your wax recipe makes for a prettier burn. It's convenient for candle companies, but it's toxic. It will be harmful for the atmosphere. And if the label says soy wax blend or something wax blend, it's probably hiding paraffin. Let's chat about fragrances. Fragrances can be some of the most toxic parts of a candle. In fact, for me, when I was creating my pure candle line, it was the most difficult part of making a candle that is natural. I actually gave up in the middle because I didn't think it was possible. I had a business coach talk me up out of the ashes, went back to the lab, readjusted the recipe. We're here to tell the tale, but fragrances can be very, very harmful for you. So a lot of times candle companies will say, we don't have this in our candle. We don't have this in our candle. And they'll explicitly name a few harsh chemicals, but that still doesn't mean that they have other chemicals that aren't harmful. Or the candle company will say, our aroma is made with essential oils. Probably means it has 1 or 2 drops. They're just using that word essential oils because it's going to trigger something in your mind to think that you have a pure candle when that is not necessarily the case. My candle line, my ester line specifically, is made with 100% essential oils and raw materials. It's so natural that it's technically edible grade. Not they're going to eat it because the wax is not natural, but there's no synthetics, no preservatives in my ester candle line specifically. It's amazing. If you want to sign up for my candle of the season, you get one of those each season or every quarter, 4 of them a year. It's amazing. But if you're not ready to get my candles, just be careful with the fragrances that are inside of other candle companies' candles. Let's go ahead and chat about the wicks. So my wicks have no lead. That's what you're gonna wanna look for, is if it's all cotton, like mine are. Let's talk about wood wicks for a second. So it's very, very challenging to have a wood wick candle paired with a completely natural wax. I know it because I did it in the first part of my candle company. And the only way I could do it is because I was able to partner, in a sense, with a candle scientist who gave me a tip. And that helped me create a natural candle that was able to use a wood wick, but it's very, very rare. So if you want to get a cute little wood wick candle, that's amazing. I think they're amazing. Just do your research. What kind of ingredients are in the wax specifically? Are they using that code word blend? Because it probably has paraffin in it. If the candle is real bright and real dark, it might have a synthetic in the coloring specifically, and you do want to avoid that. My candles have no coloring. The last thing I want to educate you on is there is no legal parameters around the word clean. If the candle says we are clean, ask them how. What makes it clean? Tell me about the wax. Tell me about the fragrance. Tell me about the wick. Because they don't necessarily have to jump through any hoops on the back end to be able to use the word clean. I will say there are hoops that they do have to jump through in order to use the word organic. My candles are not organic because I use beeswax. Beeswax is the best wax on the market. Beeswax and tallow. Beeswax purifies the air, but I was told firsthand by a beekeeper that if a beekeeper tells you that their beeswax is organic, they're lying to you because they cannot control where the bee flies to. So if the bee flies to any sort of field that has any sort of chemical, which would be all of them unless they're caged, they cannot use the word organic. So because I use the best kind of wax on the market, which is beeswax, which is the most expensive, 10 times more expensive than soy, and soy is 10 times more expensive than paraffin. So the best wax on the market automatically excuse me, I'm so passionate, automatically means I cannot use the word organic, but I do use the word pure. I think pure is better than organic. My candles actually purify the air. That's all I want to tell you about for now. If you want to rest assured and get a candle that is good for you, good for your family, a candle that purifies the air, look no further than beautyisofficial.com.